everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 on the Newcastle beta save, and fuck me, our backups are useless. God, we need some signings. Right, we are starting the league season today playing Bournemouth, which is good because they're not very good. So I'm hoping that we can start the season positively. And, well, pre-season has been a mixed bag. We lost 5-1 to Red Bull Salzburg at home, playing a very strong team, which was not fun. We drew 3-3 with Heerenveen away from home, which was slightly better. Elliot Anderson, the youngster, scoring a brilliant goal there. Joe Willock, 2-2 at this point for Joe Willock, so he actually started really well. A 93rd minute equaliser for them after we had taken the lead in the 90th minute, so probably a fair result. 1-1, we played PSV. Alexander Isak scoring in the first minute. I thought, yes, here we go, we've cracked it. Luke de Jong scored a headed equaliser, and Isak went on to miss a penalty in the last few minutes. We then lost 3-1 to Vitesse, and I thought, wow, we're terrible. Bruno Guimaraes got our goal in that one, but we have just come off the back of a 4-2 victory over Fenerbahce. So all is not lost. St. Maximin got 2, Isak got 2 in this one, and it sort of coincided with a change of shape. Now I said, you know, we're just going to use systems that I think suit the players we've got. We haven't signed anyone else yet, so we've only signed Yuri Tielemans. Hence, we now have this monstrosity. When we're playing against a team that have an attacking midfielder, this is how we're lining up at the moment. And the annoying thing about this formation is that Yuri Tielemans doesn't fit in it, because Bruno Guimaraes plays there and Joe Linton plays there. We can change that to Yuri Tielemans, to a roaming playmaker or even an advanced playmaker, and it still sort of works. But yeah, it gives us enough of a shape to sort of get men into the box, which seems to be quite crucial for us with the 2 players we've got that can cross the ball. We do have this as well, a 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, 2 central midfielders, which is Tielemans and Bruno Guimaraes, and then wingers, and 1 centre forward. However, I wish I had more games in pre-season. I wish I had have set up more friendlies in pre-season so that I could have figured this out in a bit more detail, because we're not really there yet to decide A, what our best 11 is, and B, what system we really need to play. Now, we could go for a similar system to this. If we feel we're getting overloaded in midfield, I think what we'll do is shift one of the wingers in and drop one of the wingers back like that, and then have a box-to-box midfielder. But at the moment, we're going to stick with what we had. I'm better off just actually probably loading that back in. So no, I don't want to save that one because I've got a few player instructions on here as well, as in cross more often with both the wing backs. We have take more risks on St. Maximin, not on Almiron or whoever starts out here. I don't think we have anything on these 2. Oh, take more risks on the deep line playmaker as well. Nothing on the centre backs and nothing on the goalkeeper either. But what we're trying to do is get the ball into the 2 midfielders so that they can dictate the play. So we're going to distribute the ball to the playmaker from the goalkeeper on both tactics. That's our plan, right? It goes into basically Bruno Guimaraes. That's what we want it. That's what we want to happen. Whether that does or not is a thing yet to be seen. I am also fully on board if we scrap this system and come up with something else. But yeah, our backup players are terrible, especially our backup goalkeeper. Nick Pope got an injury for 2 weeks. Carl Darlow was absolutely dreadful. So I'm so happy that Nick Pope is back, which is good. We do have a couple of outs though, so we'll go through them just now. So he's not gone yet, but Loris Karius has had a few bids put on him from clubs all around, really. 2 in Brazil and Olympique Lyonnais in France. So I assume that is where he is going to be going next at the end of his contract. We're trying to offer him out and actually say, you know, get someone to give us some money, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Loris Karius is probably going to go without even playing a game for us. Jacob Murphy is another one that we don't. He's not gone yet. He's not gone yet, but he does have bids on him. If we go into here, from Middlesbrough and Sheffield United for loan deals. They've got major interest, Coventry have made a loan bid where they're not going to pay any of his wages. They're not going to pay any loan fee, but they are going to take him for $2.5 million at the end of the loan guaranteed. So I thought, why not? We'll get that done. Another player that's probably not going to play for us. Now, I said we need tactical, or not tactical, personnel reinforcements, and we do have some in the fire. I'm not going to spoil them in case they don't come off and then I look like a fool. But yeah, we're not going to get into them until we have to confirm them. So for now, we're just going to dive straight into the game against Bournemouth. Right, I'll be back to go through the team. Okay, so according to our scouts, Bournemouth aren't going to be using an attacking midfielder, so we will start with this formation. They do have a large number of people in midfield, so we may get overwhelmed, but I'm also hoping we can sort of play past that midfield. If we can play maybe a little bit more direct than we would than I would like to. And again, we're playing Bournemouth, so I want to go on a positive front foot. I know we're away from home, but I think that's the way to start. Nick Pope is going to get his place back in goal because of the aforementioned Carl Darlow shit show that happened previously, so he's in. Let's go for Fabian Schär. We're going to go for Botman in the middle and Dan Burn onto the left hand side just to cover any crosses that come in. The wing backs, obviously Trippier and Target. Apologies if I called him Matty Cash before. It is Matty Target. I know we had a couple of comments that said Matt Cash when I assume you also meant Matt Target. In the midfield then, as we know, it's going to be Bruno Guimaraes and Tielemans in there as sort of a double pivot playmaker. I do really want to make him a roaming playmaker, but every time in pre-season we put him as a roaming playmaker, he really couldn't do it. The other thing is potentially a Mazzala, but he can't really shoot. So maybe we play double deep line playmaker. I mean, central midfielder on attack, potentially, or a support, just to make sure he... I mean, what have we got if we go advanced playmaker on support, which I think is his best attribute? Yeah, that brings out the best of him. So we'll go advanced playmaker on support. On the right-hand side, we're going to start Almiron. But Anderson was very, very close to getting a start out here. Either-footed and has had a very, very good pre-season. I'm excited to see how he develops going on in this save. And then on the left-hand side, it will obviously be St. Maximin out there. And then up front, we're going to start Callum Wilson. No, we're not. Of course we're not. We're going to start Alexander Isak because why would I start Callum Wilson? He did absolutely bugger all during pre-season. Isak as an advanced forward in this one, so we're going to try and get him in behind, which actually let's put them pass into space. We've got quite a speedy front three there. We have got options. Isak's got a lot of pace. We know St. Maximin's got a lot of pace. Get the ball into the midfield and then get them to put it into space for the attackers to run onto, I think, is the key. Carl Darlow will go on the bench, even though he's absolutely terrible. Joe Willock definitely deserves a place. Joe Linton, Callum Wilson, Anderson for sure. What do we get? We get nine subs. Okay, so Jamal Lascelles, Jamal Lewis, Manquillo can go on there. And then probably another attacking sub, maybe Longstaff for an option in midfield. Yeah, if you're wondering why our squad looks thinner, it's because I have unavailable ticked down here. So I can only see people that are actually available for this game. Right. There we go. If it looks like Bournemouth are holding on to the ball a bit too much, we will push higher up and try and press them. But for now, this is how we're lining up. Let's go and make it work. So into the dressing room we go for our first competitive game of this save. I expect a win. It's Bournemouth. I do expect to win. Rightly or wrongly, I expect to win in that. And I am going to ask them to make the difference. Botman, Trippier and Tielemans are pretty motivated by that. Look, managerial debut. It's a special day. I can't wait to get started. How important would be to score first? My team always play to win. How important is a good performance for you today? We're in a good place. Now I have to get out there and show it. And here we are then, playing against Bournemouth in a very defensive 3-3-2-2 formation. I guess you'd call it a 5-3-2 holding midfielder. But Newcastle in a 5-2-2-1 formation. Just got to get St. Maximin into the game. I'm even wondering, do we start by focusing play down the left? Not sure. Man City, Man United, Aston Villa, Arsenal and Everton all picking up wins in the first day of the season. And, the referee's wearing a lovely purple shirt. I do like that. I'm wearing purple. I forgot about that. Yeah, wearing the referee kit, basically. We are playing on key highlights just for the beta. I'm not diving too much into it. Pre-season, I did have extended on, but we are staying on key for now. Fabian Schär goes short into Trippier, into Tielemans, over the top, looking for Almiron. That is the sort of ball into space. Kelly clears it away up towards Low. Now we do have to watch this giant of a man here, who is the Welsh striker, whose name escapes me at the moment. I was going to say Ward, but I don't think that's his name. What's his name? Moore. Kiefer Moore. That's his name. Fredericks. Back to Jack Stevens. Into Lerma. Over the top looking for Lowe. Lowe's in behind. What a save from Nick Pope. But it's come back across and Shah can clear it away. I'm so happy Nick Pope is back in goal. That is Bournemouth's first real attempt. It is the best of the game so far according to XG. But yeah, let's demand more from this team here. Tell Dan Burn to mark Jamal Lowe. Do it. Why the hell not, Mr. Assistant Manager? You know this stuff better than me. 4 shots on target to 1, but we've not had a meaningful highlight yet. As Kieran Trippier has a throw-in into Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno turns into Yuri Tielemans. Just keeps the ball well. Back to Sven Botman. Bruno moves it over to Dan Burn. Dan Burn, with that lengthy, leggy stride, brings it out. Matt Target, over the top, looking for Alexander Isak, but Kelly covers him, but he's lost it. Isak's in. Isak shoots, and Neto, it's straight at him. Alexandra, you got to do better, mate. You got to do better, Alexander. You have to do better. Miguel Almiron not playing well at all, but you can see that's where Bournemouth had that huge chance, and this was Isak's at the end. XG-wise, Bournemouth have been playing better than us. I'm just wondering if we can... analytical data. They've introduced a back button, people. That wasn't there in FM22. At least I don't think it was. What can we learn? What can we learn here? So you can see we're attacking down this right-hand side. Bournemouth are keeping a flat 3. We basically need to try and get St. Maximin and Almiron into this game a bit better. I sort of do feel like this is a game we could go for at the back. I think this is a game we could go for at the back. So if we have a quick look without the ball of Bournemouth, why am I seeing that twice? I don't really want to see that twice. Yeah, I mean, if we went even a 4-2-4, potentially 4-2-2, with wingers push Tielemans and Guimaraes back a bit, I think we're going to try that. If we go, so later on into the half, okay. So overall the half that, but if we go halfway through, so where's halfway through the first half? About there, right? 23 minutes. Yeah, they're getting very spread out in the middle. We either overload the midfield, which might be the better option, or we go to try and attack the... Oh, no, we're not going to make any changes yet, personnel, but we are going to go into the dressing room and we're going to make some tactical changes. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to say... Get men overlapping. Get these guys forward. I don't think the back 3 have been under too much pressure. And then what we're going to do is drop Guimaraes here. Tielemans is going to come in as a normal central midfielder on support. And basically we're going to have these guys bombing up, overlapping and using the width. That's what we want to do. Get really wide and see if we can get in behind those fullbacks and overload them for crosses into maybe Isak or St. Maximin coming at the back post. And I think we're also going to then say Almiron, stay forward as well, and we're going to try that. I feel like there was a lot of space as we got through the first half. There was space in behind the Bournemouth wing back, so I feel like we can look. We've been the better team. Let's try and pump them up. You weren't that bad, attackers. You weren't that bad, midfielders. Point the finger. You've been unlucky. Keep going. Right, second half. We're just going to see if those little tactical tweaks make a difference, and then if they don't, we'll try and, I think, overload the midfield, maybe 2 up front to try and occupy the back 3 as Kelly comes forward. Kelly brings it out. He gets around Tielemans into Philip Billing, goes back to Kelly, into Cook, Lerma. Here is Lowe, and that's a good ball through, and Shah can't get there, and Philip Billing has put Bournemouth 1-0 up, and our tactical ploys at the beginning of this game have been absolutely annihilated inside 1 minute. Here in Bournemouth, as Cook laid it back to Lerma into Lowe. He got away from Dan Burn, and just the pace. It's the pace of Billing that gets him past Shah. Nick Pope can't do anything about that one, and it's 1-0 Bournemouth. So Trippier's not having a good game, which is annoying. He's slowly getting better. I sort of feel like Isak might need a strike partner up there. Right, we're going to go for... I sort of want to go for a back 4, I think. So Dan Burn's going to come off. We're going to go Matt Target dropping back, Trippier dropping back, Botman and Shah in the middle. We'll put St. Maximin in behind as a shadow striker. And Almiron is going to come off In here, we're going to have Tielemans as an advanced playmaker on support. Almiron here will be a Mazzala on support. Bruno Guimaraes, deep line playmaker on defend. We'll get the overlap still going, but we won't get the focus of the play going down the wing. And then it's just a case of Almiron off for Joe Willock, who was in the goals in pre-season, probably felt a little bit unlucky. And Dan Burns going to come off for Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson will go as an advanced forward, and Isaac will drop into a complete forward. So he'll be holding up the ball and trying to make all the things happen, giving it off to Callum Wilson. You see, we've had more shots. They've just not been from good situations. And we really need to start getting back in this game. So demand more. Let's go attacking for the last 20 minutes. We need something to happen. We need something to happen here. Come on, there's 10 minutes to go. We're going to do Bruno Guimaraes off. We're going to bring on Jamal Lewis. No, we're not. We're going to bring on Joel Linton. And we're going to stick Joel Linton in there. Tielemans can be a advanced playmaker and support. Joel Linton as a box-to-box. It's all getting a bit panicky now, isn't it? Bit panicky. So complete wing back on attack. Complete wing back on attack. We need to go and press them up a little bit higher, maybe. Don't drop off. Oh, counter press. Distribute quickly to the playmaker. Let's give that a go. So we're going much more attacking. We need to find a goal against Bournemouth. 5 minutes to go. I don't think it's going to happen. We've kept their strikers quiet. That one run from Philip Billing has got in behind our defence, behind Fabian Schär, and it's full time. And we start the season with a loss to Bournemouth. That is very, very disappointing. Point the finger. I'm not happy with the performance. I'm not going to do the press conference. I'm not talking to the press after that. But we start the season with a 1-0 loss and find ourselves in 17th. Reinforcements are needed. Okay, so I said we needed reinforcements, and the first one is in. Nicolas Gonzalez, 24-year-old winger, going to be playing on this right-hand side. I'm very excited by him. The scouts are not too enthused, but I thought 24 years old, 21 caps for Argentina, great at dribbling, great acceleration, great pace, determination, bravery, and aggression, all pretty good. Doesn't like to use his weaker foot and dribbles with the ball often. So I'm hoping, as a perfectionist as well, that should be pretty good. So I'm hoping he can make a bit of a difference for us on that right-hand side. Nicolas Gonzalez got a work permit. We're signing him for 15.5 million from Fiorentina. Welcome to the club. And next up, we're taking on Southampton, which will be off camera, and hopefully we'll have a few more transfer updates for you then as well. In terms of the schedule, well, we're probably going to be back for Liverpool plus deadline day, which is not very fun, is it? Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool is quite the run we're going to have here. But we've got 2 home games now in front of the St James's Park faithful, in front of the Geordies. I'm hoping that we can get results against Southampton and Liverpool. But yeah, that Southampton and Leeds, sorry. We'll come back for that game against Liverpool on deadline day. But if you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Remember to subscribe if you're new, and there'll be plenty more Football Manager and FIFA on the channel coming up pretty soon. So thank you so much for the support on episode 1 and episode 2. Hope to see you here. Leave a comment for me down below telling me how bad I got those tactics wrong against Bournemouth. Let's see how we get on in the next few games. Catch you on deadline day. See you then. Cheers.